again, I didn't wake up and just choose violence. I didn't wake up yesterday morning and say, you know what, I'd love to get Raiders Nation angry at me. Let me put this out there. But I know, like I said earlier, I know he was on the block.
Roughly 24 hours ago, a rumor emerged about Raiders star Darren Waller getting traded on the first night of the draft to the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, that enraged Raider Nation and has caused quite a stir. Today, I sit down with the source of the rumor, Aaron Nagler from Cheesehead TV. Hey, if you're watching this video, make sure you like it to boost it in the algorithm, bro. And if you want more Raiders content, subscribe to this channel. You will not regret it, man. What's up, YouTube? This is WiFiWillie of the Raiders Rundown, and we are here with the infamous Aaron Nagler of Cheesehead TV. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing well. Infamous, huh? I've rocketed up to infamous already.
Yeah. You are the #1 villain in the Raiders community because you were the guy, you were the Packers reporter, Packers content creator who was saying that apparently Darren Waller is going to the Packers. Now, how certain? Just right now, because most people have seen most of your content. I've reported on some of the stuff that you're saying, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely? just right off the bat for people, on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the hottest. How hot is this Waller to the Packers thing?
I'd give it a 6. I'd give it just above a 50% chance. I know they have reached out, meaning the Packers. As far as I'm predicting it'll happen, that is not the case. I most certainly have not done that. But I do know the Packers have reached out. I do know the Raiders and the Packers have spoken about this. I also know that, and I'm not the only one to report this aspect of it, that Waller was the player in question when the Packers were trading Davante. I know there is some back and forth and question marks about whether the Raiders were amiable to adding Waller to that mix, but right. I feel pretty confident that the Packers felt they had a deal in place. They were going to get Waller until the league stepped in.
Right, and that is the one thing that confused me about the report. Was Waller the player in question with the Davante trade? Was he the undisclosed player? We know they weren't able to make that trade because Davante Adams is on the franchise tag, and you can't trade franchise tag for non-franchise tag, right?
What's crazy, what's fascinating to me in the course of kind of when I first heard about this and then kind of researching and reaching out to people, it's insane to me how new that rule is. The idea that it's not just you can't trade, you can't use a player as compensation for a trade involving a franchise tag player. It's an unsigned tag player. Like the fact that Davante had apparently steadfastly refused to sign the tag, which I understand. He didn't want to be beholden to it, and I totally get that. Yeah. But that is the specific language in the new updated CBA that the league had to kind of point to and reach out and remind both the Raiders and the Packers, guys, you can't do this.
Hey, we don't all know the rule book. When you see the terms and conditions on a website, you just click upset.
I had people, exactly. It's like, like click and go. It's like the iTunes thing. Like I'm good to go. But I had a couple people who have covered the league for a real long time were like, wait, what is this rule? And I was like, I know. Like nobody had heard of it until this happened. So right. It is obviously, like I said, it's new, but it is what tripped this up.
So that's the thing from me, because you have some Raiders reporters who are denying that Darren Waller was ever even involved in this earlier talk with the Davante trade. A first and Darren Waller for Davante. Vincent Bosignor of the Las Vegas Review-Journal has said that's ridiculous. So is Vic Tafer of The Athletic. But I don't want it to be true. Obviously, I want to keep all the talent on my team. I want us to be Rams 2.0
on your team.
Let's be Rams and Bucks 2020, right? But why would this even leak out? Why would this even be mentioned about this rule, right? About you can't trade the unsigned tag player. Why do you think this would even be leaked out in the first place?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not the only one who's put this out there. I know Justice with SB Nation has put this out there as well, that the Packers and the Raiders had submitted this to the league on Monday. It got shot down, and the Packers came back with the second round pick in its stead on, I think the deal got done on that Thursday. Now, look, I understand why there are certainly going to be Raiders reporters, bloggers, what have you, pushing back on this. Most likely they are being told one thing, I'm being told another. I trust the people that I've heard this from. I'm sure they trust the people they've heard from. I get there's probably a little bit of ass covering on one or either side, or maybe even both, but I'm really confident that that's what happened. Right. I understand that there's going to be pushback on it, but as far as like the idea of Waller and you wanting the super team, and I do not doubt for a moment, but as I said, I think it was this morning on my chat, the Raiders have been throwing some money around, was extending Carr, and they obviously gave the bag to Davante. And I know Waller has been, it's been rumored that he wants a new deal. I know he has no more guaranteed money on his upcoming final 2 years of the contract that he's on. I suspect the Packers saw something there. It's obviously he's an incredibly talented player. Coming off injury, I had heard also that he was on the block even before any of this happened. So, like I said, I trust what I've heard. Right. I know people have other sources. They're going to say otherwise, and that's how the game is played, right?
Right, and we never know what happens in the background. We only know that the talks are true until the trade actually happens. When it doesn't happen, even if the talks were true, we just treat them as
then everybody comes back to you.
Right,
I will say there was a part of me that was like, "What should I even put this out there?" But then I was like, "Wait a second. So if draft weekend come and it happened, and then I'm on our live stream going, "Oh yeah, I heard this was going to happen," I would get absolutely decimated by the people that follow Cheesehead TV and follow my content. So, I'm like I said, I'm really confident that the talks happen, that there's some smoke there, but there's definitely a little bit of fire as well.
But it's not just these beat reporters who went against you, and that was awesome that you got retweeted by PFF. It caught the attention of a lot of people.
I know where this is going.
And you know where this is going. And I'm going to beef it up a little bit for you. Adrian Amos giving you some look emojis, looking at the Aaron Nagler tweet on Twitter saying, "Wow, this looks nice. Waller coming." And then you got Derek Carr saying, "LOL, no chance." And then David Carr today. David Carr threw a little more, pepper and salt on it. Gas on the fire, right?
Right.
Basically saying that the Packers are doing this just to excite their fans. So what do you have to say on their comments there?
Well, I can tell you point blank, as I said on the post where I first put this out there, like these are league sources. They are not team sources. I got nothing inside the building on this one. But what's interesting to me is the Derek Carr thing. Of course, he's going to, I don't even say defend his guy because Waller doesn't need defending from anything. But of course, his initial reaction is going to be, no way. Of course, that's never going to happen, etc. And I get it. I said it in my video this morning. Like, I understand Carr being like, this is like dismissing it out of hand. But I know, like I said earlier, I know he was on the block for a little bit. At least this has been talked about in league circles. I know, again, I'm confident in what I've been told in regarding the trade with Devontae and then getting him possibly in talks here coming up to the draft, etc. So I've got nothing against David or Derek Carr. Like they're both great. I get where they're coming from, but I certainly don't think this is about the Packers trying to excite their fan base. I think there's a lot of people with the Packers who would laugh at that.
They think that they're not going to put
in
the effort.
I would be the conduit for that. Is
we had to go to Cheesehead TV to get this out to the people.
Right. I mean, exactly. No, I don't see that happening.
And so I just said, hey, what if this is true? I woke up this morning and I said, let me just think. What if Cheesehead TV and all these leads are 100% true, And then I look at Derek Carr's tweet, and I look at David Carr's tweet. That's a really good way to cover your ass if it's true, is to act like you think that there's no chance in hell that it happens. Do you think there's some sway there?
I mean, it's possible, right?
Right.
You'd have to ask them, but yeah, I mean, I think, and the flip side of that, of course, and I'm sure some of your viewers and listeners will undoubtedly say this, is like, and I've already got it in a much more vulgar terms in my Instagram messages. Well, you can say that there were talks, but if the trade doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that there weren't talks. So that's how you cover yourself. And it's like, again, I didn't wake up and just choose violence. I didn't wake up yesterday morning and say, you know what, I'd love to get Raiders Nation angry at me. Let me put this out there. That was certainly not my intention.
Right.
But the sense that, people trying to quote cover their ass, I get that idea, but I don't need to do that. I mean, look, Raiders Nation, welcome. Vikings fans hate me. Bears fans hate me. You are more than welcome to get in line and hate me as well. It's totally fine. I'm used to it. It's not a problem. I accept your hate.
Right.
I bathe in it. I grow stronger from it. It's fine.
Yeah, but we're all used to it. I mean, I have Raider Nation hates me.
You live online,
Raiders
you're used to hate. It's
just
part of it. Exactly. Yeah, but there's plenty of Packers fans who hate me.
Yeah, exactly. I get more hate from Raiders fans than any other team. So that's straight up
fair
how
enough.
It goes. Well, hey, you have a great channel, though. Like, if you are just looking for Packers news and everything.
Thank you so much, man.
And I had some people come by, look at my Waller video, and there were some Packers fans saying, oh, this is going. Oh, yeah, thanks for Waller. But any of you guys watching, check out Aaron Nagler. Check out Cheesehead TV. I'll have some links there too, because you got a really great channel going on. And I'm stoked that you came by here. I did not think you were going to come by. I will say that.
Well, of course, man. Thanks for reaching out. I'm sorry that it took us basically the whole afternoon to make it work. But hey, you caught me legitimately as I was just about to leave. So I'm really happy you emailed, and happy to do this again at some point in the future if there's ever Raiders-Packers battles going on online.
If this trade happens, we
Oh,
have
boy.
to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
In some fashion.
1000%.
In some
no
fashion.
question.
So yeah.
Or if it doesn't happen, I'm more than happy to come back and
Yeah.
take some lashing from your viewers. That's fine.
We'll take some lashing. I'm going to get some lashing just for having you on, but I am glad that I had you
Cool.
on. So thanks for coming by. Peace out, Aaron.
Thanks so much, Willie.